So now let's look at our first tool, the NEM Inverter and Battery Sizer. This tool is super simple to use. It literally has two inputs. First, you enter the annual energy consumption used by your home. The annual energy consumption is the amount of kilowatt hours per year your home uses. You can read the informational pop-up on how best to obtain this information from your utility bill or get it direct from your utility. So let's say you use about 1,000 kilowatt hours a month. So that would be 12,000 kilowatt hours per year. So you just enter that here. Okay. The second input is this slider here. And it adjusts the daytime versus nighttime split of your average daily energy use. When the sun shines, your solar array can both charge your battery and run loads at the same time, assuming it's sized sufficiently. This slider selects the percentage of average daily loads that are powered directly from the solar system during sunny periods. The nighttime percentage then automatically adjusts to show the remaining energy your battery needs to store when the sun's not shining in order to increase your self-consumption and take advantage of the NEM or time of use rates. So if you have a 40% direct use from the sun in the day, you need 60% of your daily average energy stored in batteries to take advantage of the NEM and time of use. So that's as simple as it is. So you can see here that with our example of 12,000 and the default of 40% daytime, we would need two of the EG4 16 kilowatt hour batteries to take it to full advantage of the NEM time of use opportunity for your size household load. Now notice if I increase the daytime percentage to 50%, now we can get away with using only one 16 kilowatt hour battery. In other words, if you're needing to store less at night and you can, like if you use air conditioning, there's an informational pop-up here that teaches you what are good choices for this slider. If you're unsure, you can stick with the default of 40%. If you want to be a little more conservative, you can go lower, but most systems are between 40 and 60%. So one or two batteries, depending on your size of your house and your nighttime energy split. And that's simply it. The sizer is done. It has told you your daily kilowatt hours needed to store for NEM cycling and how many batteries of each of the battery types we offer. There is a kind of a cheat sheet here at the bottom. There's a table that if you don't know your actual annual energy consumption, this table changes according to the slider, but it gives you the number of batteries for a range of annual kilowatt hour usages. And then finally, there is an inverter sizer. For this tool, it's simply a chart of recommendations based on the array size of your solar array size. So if you have a 4 to 12 kilowatt array, you can use our FlexBoss 18 or 12K PV. If you have a slightly larger 12 to 16 kilowatt array, you can use our FlexBoss 21 or 18K. You can use any one of our inverters for the smaller systems. These are just the minimum inverters that you need for covering these array sizes. And then there's a small chart so you can study our different inverter types and what their production capabilities are. And that's it. That's the NEM and time of use battery sizer. Super simple.